Hello, good morning, good evening, and good day to all of you fine folks around the world tuning in for some CIS International Open Qualifiers. There's a lot on the line right here. This is DD, Double Dimensions versus Team 753. There's a lot on the line. This is the semifinals. This is a best of three between both teams, according to what Faceit is telling me. So hopefully, I get to sit here and bring all three of these games to you guys. So, looking at some bands that are coming out, we've got a sand or bands. Yeah, I just woke up. We've got a Wisp and a Nyx Assassin coming out for the first two bands on the 753 side. Then we've got a Tiny and an Ancient Apparition coming out for Double Dimensions. Sand King and a Bane are the first two pickups by 753. Two very strong supports. This Sand King can always move into that off lane if it needs be. He's a very strong pickup right now. And I think that Bane is a very, very strong laner. Let Sand King hit those level 1, level 2 stuns with reliable ease with Nightmare at level 1, and then the very, very strong pure damage Brain Sap nuke coming out. So, Puck and Night Stalker for Double Dimensions. I'm just going to call them the DD Club. Oh, I'm not going to call them that. Anyways, we got Night Stalker and Puck. Blue and purple. Not a whole lot to say. Night Stalker gives great vision in the nighttime. Bane's gonna have to be very, very scared about laying down any kind of brain saps this game. Because Night Stalker is just going to be able to see the Bane from such a long distance. Puck is able to come in with that silence and get those silences off very, very easily onto this Bane. So I think unless 753 gets ahead, this is going to be a very, very tough match for this Dire team. A Lycan and a Repo. Excuse me. A Lycan and a Meatball are both banned out by 753.
10 seconds to go.
They don't want to get cheesed. I don't know if Double Dimensions has a Meepo player, but he's definitely someone to look out for if you don't want to get cheesed, and if you're not looking at picking up someone like the Wyvern or the Sven. Really, a good Meepo player needs a dedicated two-man team on the opposing team to counter him. So we've got a Life Stealer coming out. They don't want the Nakes bombs with the Sand King, and then a Dark Seer. Just that really strong, really stable offlaner. It seems like he gets picked up all the time, regardless of what Ice Frog and the Dota team at Valve does to the hero. He's never not a good pick in the professional scene. So we're waiting on these next picks to come out. Double Dimensions has chewed through a lot of time here. Undershock, their drafters taking up quite a bit of time, and Witch Doctor comes out. Team Purple, represent. The Witch Doctor always confuses me as to if he's a good hero or not. I think he's a very strong laner, and I think Double Dimension is looking to secure their lanes first. Win the mid lane, win the safe lane. Like, win the safe lane very, very hard against what 753 wants to throw at them. And then once they've won those lanes, they can take a step back and go, okay, we've won our lanes, we have a little advantage. Now we can see how we want to push this advantage. So waiting for this next pick. Both teams taken a lot of time in this second picking phase. And Juggernaut, good with the Bane, good with the Sand King, still really puts them in this non-committed stance, where they can pick up some some very lineup dependent mid and offlaner here to really wrap up their draft, to let it allow it to all make sense. The Bane has good setup for the Juggernaut as well, and there's a Spirit Breaker, so Double Dimension going out for Team Blue. I'm assuming it's the Bara Night Stalker off lane with the Witch Doctor +1 in the safe lane. A Chen coming out from 753, so the Sand King's gonna go in the off lane. Jug Bane safe lane with the Jug in the jungle. So looking at the bans for each team before I start talking about picks, I think DD wants to ban out a really push-oriented hero. Maybe a Death Prophet, maybe a Razor, because Razor's pretty survivable, even though I don't know anyone who's going to be able to survive a Night Stalker Spirit Breaker gank. But we will see, and then I think 753 wants to ban out, obviously, a safe lane hero. There's a Dragon Knight. Yep, that's what I was talking about with that good pusher. And then the Weaver coming out, no hesitation for 753. They know what they do not want to play against, and the Weaver is it. So last picks coming out, I still think Death Prophet could be really good for 753, and the beauty of Double Dimensions draft is that it's so open. They can honestly they can just draft whatever the hell they want, and it'll work within what their lineup has to offer. They could possibly use some more reliable physical damage if they want to keep with the trend of blue heroes. They could pick up a Sven, but I'm not quite sure what they're going for here. And 753 taking all the time that they possibly could ever want for the Queen of Pain. So the Queen's not that push heavy hero that I wanted them to get, but the Queen is still a very strong hero right now. The old Queen versus Puck matchup in the mid lane is a classic, and a Terrorblade coming out from the Double Dimension. Maybe I guess I should have seen that, because Terrorblade and Illusion's coming from another dimension. That probably didn't work as well as I thought it did. Anyways, the Terrorblade fits with the color scheme of the blue/purple of Double Dimension. Hey, their logo is even the blue/purple. Well, now that I see that, that's the only heroes they're allowed to run, right? So, talking a little bit about the game, I think both teams are okay with letting it go late. I don't really think we're going to see an active first 5 minutes or so. Maybe let this Night Stalker get some levels in the safe lane with the Baratheon in the off lane. Oh my goodness, excuse me. These towers are... Oh no, they're not. I looked at the first and the last ones and they were almost the same, but... Instantaneous pause comes out, as is tradition from a lot of teams. Sec comes out. This will give me time to introduce. So we've got next level on the Terrorblade. We've got Undershook, the Puck, and also the Drafter. Flow on this Night Stalker. EU Genius on the Witch Doctor. And Dark coming out on the Spirit Breaker. And then over on the Dire side, we've got AX on the Sand King. We've got Oofer on this Bane. I'm just going to call him Bane. I'm just going to call this 753 team by their hero names. Because this Queen of Pain name is very Russian, and I have not brushed up on my Russianness in quite a while. So, talking a little bit more about these games. Let's see if any. Oh, The Radiant heroes are all smoked up. We're not going to be able to see any of their cosmetics. That's a creepy puck face right there. Oh good, the game's back underway. I see Terrorblade has the Arcana. Smoke comes out for both sides. The Night Stalker's TPing out, wants to make sure that he's going to get this well-placed ward. Bane TP's out to mid and places his ward there. This is just standard operating procedure for all of these high-level teams. I have just seen so much of this in the games that I've casted. Chen placed his ward as well, so wards go down, information's going to be gathered on these lanes. It looks like it is going to be this off-lane Night Stalker who has started with 2 enchanted mangoes, a tango, and a stout shield. And it's going to be dark on this support Bara with an Orb of Venom queued up first. Witch Doctor, oh, I know that life, where you just buy everything and you come in a lane with 1 clarity and 3 tangos. Lines are being drawn. Neither team really wants to fight into the other team's level 1, so no contest for runes. Some drawings coming out. More vocals coming out. That's my favorite part of this new compendium. I wish I understood Russian. Bane. That's a sweet looking set with the horn and everything. I do like that a lot. So, I'm worried that this Night Stalker isn't going to get a lot out of this lane. Like, even levels, he's up against a Bane Juggernaut. If the Bane gets level 2, roughly the same time that the Baratheon does, or not the Baratheon, holy cow, the Night Stalker, then I don't know how Night Stalker remains in that lane. So, mid matchup, dodges out the Queen Dagger. Nicely done by Undershook, and he's just gonna sit up here. Look at this harass coming out from Undershook onto this Queen of Pain. Undershock, not Undershook. So, looking up top, Bane has Brain Sap, level 1, not Nightmare. This Night Stalker's halfway there. So just some nice harass coming out from both sides right here. Bara's going to get a lot of levels. This Chen is in lane down here, harassing this level 1 metamorphed Terrorblade. Charge comes through. Stun comes out onto the Sand King. Bounces back to the creep, but does not bounce back to the Sand King. It's a lot of heavy pressure coming out from 753 right now. SFT? I don't know what this team's name is. It's their tag is SFT in client, but their name on the Faceit website is 753. So I'm just gonna keep calling 753. The Spearbreaker charges again. The Night Stalker's getting pretty low up top, but it looks like he's just gonna run back to the safety of his tower, and Sand King's gonna get out alive. He has a magic stick, so all of these spells that are being cast out by this Radiant team are going to get picked up on. The Sand King's going to be pretty survivable. Night Stalker, level 2. He's going to race Bane for his bounty rune. Bane's not going to get here in time to contest, but this is just going to be a free right click for the Bane, and the Bane's going to wander back. There's an illusion top. This Puck dropping really, really low. Queen blinks forward. Puck shifts under and then orbs out. Really interesting that this Queen went 2 points into Dagger and a point into Blink with no points into Scream. I'm not super versed on my Queen play this meta. That's probably just what the standard build is. And there's the first blood. That's what I was talking about during the draft with this Bane at level 2, and the Night Stalker just isn't able to sit in that lane, because it's such a good combination with the way Nightmare works into Jug Spin, and then the Jug can try to body block the Night Stalker, all while Bane gets a heavy Brain Sap nuke off. Just very, very well done. So taking a look at our last, oh, not quite. This Chen is trying to gank the puck, but puck just orbs back to his side of the river. No harm done. But the last hit leaders, we've got the Juggernaut at 22 and 12, really denying this Night Stalker a lot of experience. 16 and 3 coming out from Terrorblade. I hear a charge coming in from the Bara, but he is still level 1. He does not have that ever needed point in Bash. 15 and 8 on Puck, and 14 and 1 on Queen of Pain. So this Puck, almost a full level, not quite a full level ahead, but 3/4 of a level ahead of this Queen of Pain. And it's all stemming from these denies that the Puck's getting. This Sand King has 9 CS at 4 minutes. Oh, I think that's really good against this lane that he's been up against. Just shows you the power of Caustic Finale and the power of having a person sit there and dual laning. So this Queen gets charged, Puck goes in, Puck gets the silence off, but Queen gets the blink up to the high ground. The Chen gets a net off with his netted creep. Witch Doctor uses Maledict on the Chen. Chen's sticking down, but this Puck getting low is going to ball forward, and the Satyr is going to claim the Puck's life. This Night Stalker is going to kill the Sand King up on the dire high ground, and these Chen creeps are just chasing this Witch Doctor down, who dropped well below 80 health. Chen is going to die. Bane TP's in and gets a Nightmare off the Night Stalker, but that's a 2-for-2 exchange with the first blood. So there wasn't a first blood. The Queen of Pain denied herself, and then the Sand King died. And then the Puck died, and then the Chen died, and then Witch Doctor almost died. So yeah, this game was pretty quiet up until about 5 minutes, when that explosions of kills just kind of opened up the map. And the real winner of that is this Juggernaut, who's sitting on FaZe Aquila. And he's just, I'm sure he's telling his Bane to go do other things elsewhere on the map. Charge comes forward, but the Queen blinks out before the charge's time to get there. They spot this dire Observer Ward, and DD is going to get an Observer Ward kill. So this Jug, I'm sure, is just telling his Bane, either stack and pull for me, stack some camps for me, or for the Chen, but I don't need you in this lane. Night Stalker, level 4, looking to get aggressive. That's the nice thing about Night Stalker. If you can't get anything out of lane, the Bara charge comes forward. They see the tower is going to see him. Puck, orb. I think that was just a farming orb, but the Sand King is going to have enough mana, but the Witch Doctor has his Maledict on him, and this Sand King's just going to die. Bane is down here. The Bane gets a nice brain sap off. The Witch Doctor was rooted, and then he got sapped down by the Bane. But that really didn't do a whole lot. The Jug TP'd down. Jug has not used level 6 yet. I really while we were focused here, the Queen died and then the Puck died. So both offlaners are mid. The support is almost as high a level as the Sand King. Nice kill on the Sand King. While there's damage coming down bottom, the Terrorblade gets pentenanced down with the Jug spinning. And this Witch Doctor's just super dead. Is the Jug gonna ult? Doesn't look like he's ever gonna need it. This Night Stalker's on the back lines, but he's gonna fly over the trees. Finally, the Jug ult comes out. Puck TP's in, but it's too late to save his buddies for the DD side. 753 got a lot out of that fight. Jug got a couple of kills. I guess across the map it was 3 for 4 with the Puck dying, then TPing back in. But it was pretty big that Queen died mid. I really wish I had seen what had happened there. But the gold graph is ever creeping towards the 753 side, along with the XP, but not huge leads. Very, very simple for either of these teams to come back. This Jug almost has 60 CS at 8 minutes. And the Battle of the Wards continues mid. Jug dies. Where? Okay. It was a Spirit Breaker into a nighttime Night Stalker who popped Night for that. That's really, really big that that Jug died there. Nicely done from this DD side. I think that's what this game is going to have to develop into for both sides until one side has a clear advantage over the other, where it's just going to be these roaming for picks, and whoever has the better reads, the better map movements as this puck is going to get wrapped around on this Witch Doctor's here. Puck doesn't dodge anything, takes a lot of damage, but he's just trying to bait. Dream Coil comes down. Bane tries to move forward to brain sap the puck. That doesn't work. The Chen dies under the Dream Coil. Puck gets out. Brain sap comes out onto the Spirit Breaker. And Sand King was very, very lucky to survive all of that. Nice positioning by that Bane. If that Bane hadn't been there, that would have been... It definitely would have been 2 or 3 dead from the 753 side. So the farm continues for the Jug. About 2 minutes ago, I was going to comment that I really like it when these Jugs get active early on, where they don't just sit in lane. Bara charging forward onto the Sand King. It's going to happen under tower, where the Bane is going to put a Nightmare, maybe potentially saving a Sand King friend, but this Bane's going to drop really low, under 300 health. Metamorph is up. The Bane wasn't the true target. Queen's here. Queen has Sonic Wave that could really chew through these Terrorblade illusions. Does she want to commit? Sand King here, full health, along with the Bane. There's 3 people here. DD is going to back off for a little bit, but this is Catapult Wave. They are really going to want to capitalize on this. Metamorphosis is a little over half gone. Metamorph illusions are going to hit this tower. Dire really has to decide if they want to go. Sand King couldn't make up his mind, so the tower just goes down with this Queen of Pain standing here, not farming anything, not hitting any creeps. That's a pretty big win for Radiant. Sure, the offlane tower is not that huge of a deal, but right now any little thing is either team is looking for that slight advantage to try and get the snowball rolling. Spirit Breaker not quite level 6. Neither is the Witch Doctor, the Bane, or the Chen. So maybe the Chen spent a little too much time ganking. Coil comes out. The Queen blinks to break it. The Witch Doctor throws his coconut, which hits along with the Malefice, but nothing really going to be lost on 753's side. I don't think that was poorly communicated by DD. I just think that they were too spread out to try something like that. Sand King level 7, quite a ways off from his Blink Dagger. He's only got 500 gold in the bank. Chen really needs his level 6. His level 6 is a big part of this group up in 5 and push down towers. If he doesn't have... It's been so long since I've watched a Chen game, I forget what his ult is. Hand of God. What are his skills? Oh, okay. Yeah, if he doesn't have Hand of God, then Dire's timing is really, really limited on how they're going to want to approach these pushes. There's a grip come out on the Night Stalker. I guess the grip doesn't really matter to the Bane if you're gripping one of the big silence targets. The Queen ults down this Witch Doctor who really couldn't do anything to a hasted Queen of Pain. I think Coconut was on cooldown. Terrorblade has Metamorphosis up. I think DD is going to try and force this with Metamorph, even though there's only 3 of them alive. Queen blinks forward, gets a dagger out onto Shadow Fiend, and just TP's out. Really wanted to give the big old middle finger to the Shadow Fiend and all of his regen. So the safe lane tower is going to take a lot of damage. Charge comes through. The Sand King's going to die. They're going to give the kill to the Night Stalker and they deny the tower. But it's not about the... I mean, it is a little bit about the gold. The 753 side is even on towers now, but it's about that map control, that clean access to the jungle. Bane is just gonna... They're not gonna get this clean pick onto this Puck. It certainly looks like it. I think this queen is gonna die for her efforts. Hand of God comes out. That's not gonna be enough damage to save her. She had just... I bet she just had another couple of seconds left on that Blink Dagger. I didn't actually look. The Chen gets bashed up, and the Spirit Breaker was looking to charge on through, but the Bane turns around and gets Nightmare on him. So, interesting series of events coming out. They dove really, really far for that Puck. I thought that they were going to have it when they Nightmared into the Stomp right here, but that Puck just had enough. Grip comes out again. Night Stalker doesn't have enough mana and for anything. Witch Doctor ult comes out from in the trees. I think the Chen... Oh no, the Chen is going to survive. The Jug goes down in addition to the Terror Blade. Puck, Dream Coil was dropped. Spirit Breaker charging on through, hoping to just get the bash. Spirit Breaker's going to die to the right clicks from the Queen. Puck balls out. And that Puck took enough damage, or took enough heat off of that Spirit Breaker for him to maybe live. He's looking for somebody to charge to. Gets the charge off with 3 stick charges and 2 earn charges. And they're just going to trade safe lane carries. I think that's the Jug's second death. Yes, it is. And it's the Terrorblade's third death, all within 15 minutes. Joke's on the Terrorblade, the Jug has 4 kills. But I don't know if Terrorblade cares that much. He's just going to be a farming machine. Eventually this Jug is going to want to come fight. I don't know when that is, probably after his Manta style, which he might already have the recipe for. It's not in his quick buy. He might have bought it. Yeah, Manta style recipe on the courier. This DD team looking to press forward. Gonna go up and smack this tower. Gonna try and knock it down. Next level in Undershock. Just sitting here smacking away. Queen blinks forward. Gets... I don't know how she keeps doing that. I don't know how that Bane died either. I was trying to figure out how this Queen keeps blinking forward, getting the Shadow Strike off, and then just running away. Jug breaks the breaks the Queen. Oh, I know how it's... Okay. And there's 2 people dead from 2 big ultimates coming out, but the Bane and the... Well, really just the Sand King is going to pay the price. Both supports are gonna die on the side of 735 here. And we're gonna click on this recap. More XP going the way of DD. Oh, just a tiny little bit of gold going the way of 735. But this Chen keeps sending Queen back to base. She's not using her TP. So seeing shades of old Navi, old Navi coming out from these CIS teams. Nice display of coordination with the Sendback and the Queen of Pain blinks. So Queen is gonna go for a Yule Scepter Divinity first. It's a very interesting pickup here. I think it's to get her... It serves a dual purpose. It allows her to not be silenced after the Puck Blink silence initiations come out. And it also allows her very, very nice catch on someone like the Spirit Breaker or even the Night Stalker, really. I guess the Night Stalker silence as well. Speaking of Night Stalker, he has a Solar Crest, and he has the big point booster in his Journey until Ags. Is Bane level 8, 1, and 7? Doing Bane things pretty much all game. I feel like I've missed a couple of critical nightmares in these fights. But it's a hard game for Bane to be playing. Like they're asking him to play very, very well into a game that's very, very hard, as this Bara alts the Bane, and Undershock comes over, and oh, I think that was the blink reveal for Undershock as well. Blinks forward, gets the silence off. But this Bane's being asked to get very difficult nightmares off in a lot of particle effects that are flying around on these very, very aggressive gap closing Radiant heroes in Puck, in Night Stalker, in Spirit Breaker. And he's also asked to be getting these really crucial nightmares off on high value targets as well, all without being silenced or disabled. And there's a lot of silence and a lot of disable coming out of this DD team. I understand why 753 is doing it. They're playing kind of slow right now. They feel like they're behind. Maybe now it's go time with Juggernaut Manta style. Pings coming out bottom. Bane's just gonna fall, and this is really bad. This Chen just doesn't do that much in the late game, and they're gonna want him to. The deny comes out from the Puck on that Sentry Ward. Instead of letting the Radiant have it, or excuse me, instead of letting 753 have it, they don't even get any gold or experience for killing Sentry Wards. So 753 feels very, very scared right now. They're all grouped up as 5, but they're not doing anything with it. The Sand King has Blink Dagger with ultimate, and this Puck is just evading every which way. The Sand King gets blown up. Witch Doctor ult comes out. The Puck dropped Dream Coil, and the Queen blinks over to the other side of the river, but the Dream Coil breaks, and they're going to lose 2 without really getting a good initiation off. And that Puck just had fingers of lightning, man. I can't believe that he phase shifted that Sand King stun. That Sand King stun was going to hit on 3, and then the Queen was going to be able to follow up, and then Chen was going to be able to hand to God, but that Puck having those quick fingers into that silence was just the demise of that fight. And this gold graph just keeps dipping further, or I guess it's not dipping if it's on the Radiant side. It just keeps rising further and further and further into DD's hands. I'm scared for 753 if they don't get another couple of good fights and start taking some tier 2s here real quickly. Because what is this Chen going to do from behind? Sure, he's building Aghanim Scepter, which allows him to scale better, but he doesn't have a ton of farm. Really, nobody has a ton of farm on the 753 side. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to get their initial items, then they're supposed to go fuck some shit up. But EU Genius is farming very aggressively with not a lot of teammates around with him. Spirit Breaker gonna get slept up as he was charging bottom very aggressively. Sand King gonna break the Puck coil, but Puck is gonna get one last auto attack out. This Spirit Breaker is too tanky to mind the Nightmare very much. But there's 4 people there for Radiant, or for Dire. So the teams wind up trading again, and it was a support for an offlaner. But at this point, any kills that this Dire team is going to get are going to be good kills. Jug building a Maelstrom. It's going to be very difficult. I guess it's going to give him some extra damage and really going to help him clear out these Terrorblade illusions before they get super tanky. But this Terrorblade is matching this Jug piece for piece, and or item for item, and he even went for the Dragonlance. So they're pretty much even on terms of farm. It's nice to see two safe lane cores going at it like this. But like this Night Stalker has more farm than the Queen of Pain does. And that's with 46 CS. He has 9 kills right now. This Night Stalker playing very, very well. Flow. I wonder if he's going to be able to tell me about progressive car insurance and how much it can save me if I go to their website. So, Undershock, gonna sit here and smack on this T2. This is the second to last T2 that 753 has. They're not really in position to fight this. Witch Doctor, ulti comes out. Bane nightmares himself. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but the puck gets the silence off. That tier 2 just evaporates. And it's a 4v5 with a lot of time remaining on this Metamorph. I don't know if they want to try. The Queen still does not have Scream of Pain up. I don't know when she used it. I didn't hear it in that fight. It couldn't have been in that fight. It's too long of a cooldown for that. So Queen of Pain does not have ultimate. Puck has his, but DD doesn't want to push their advantage too far. They understand they're ahead. They don't need to make very aggressive moves. They can sit back. Just let this TB get nice and fat. TB has a solo illusion pushing out this wave. That's some shit, man. Look at this illusion control coming out from Terrorblade. Very nicely done from this guy. Lines being drawn. Sand King walking up. They know this puck is here. This puck has just been so obnoxious. Going for a Lincoln Sphere next. I like that a lot. Bane. Look at this puck. It just... no impunity. The Centaur misses his stun. Puck gets 2 spells used on him by Chen, but Chen just can't outrun him. Puck blinks up. I believe this is what the kids are calling space created. Puck is going to walk up onto the high ground, get a silence off, has Blink Dagger up right now. Queen of Pain uses her ultimate, anticipates where this Puck is going to be. Puck, he uses phase shift again and then just can't quite get out. And in return, okay, so Sand King blinks, stuns, but Spirit Breaker charges through. They know Queen doesn't have all. This Witch Doctor is being so aggressive. Bane with the Nightmare out, canceling out the Witch Doctor ulti. Sand King puts a stun on the Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor dies along with the Puck. The Sand King buys back for that. And all in the while, I can just hear in the background the sound of a clock going tick, 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 tick for the 753 side. I honestly don't know what they do. They had a timing with the Chen. They had an idea with this Chen. Like this Terrorblade is gonna be a full big item ahead of this Jug right now. This Courier's gonna go to the secret shop. And now this Terrorblade's going to have Scotty. And Jug is sitting on his first ultimate orb for his next item in the Lincoln Sphere. It's an interesting item, this game. I think the only real thing that it protects from is Terrorblade using Terrorblade ult. Empowering Haste used, but Queen TP's out. There's been a lot of that this game. Yeah, and Chen 3, 4, and 7. He did some work in the laning phase. He pressured the Terrorblade a little bit. He got a kill on the puck, but DD going for the Roshan. And I honestly think that they just walk up high ground with this Metamorph coming off cooldown in 15 seconds. By the time they take Roche and they go high ground, they're going to have it. 753 cannot contest for this Roshan right now. Night Stalker is Aghanims and Gem. So any kind of map control that 753 was thinking about having, they're just not going to have it now. So next level takes the Aegis. They look like they're going to walk up mid. There's 3 heroes bottom for the Radiant team. They might be able to get this tier 2 tower down there, but I don't really think it's going to matter. Oh, there's 4 of them down there. What are they doing? They understand. Oh my, this is going to be a large amount of damage onto this tower. Okay, this is a strategic decision that is happening. The glyph comes out. Sand King cutting the wave. Bara charging down to the jug, but this tier 3 tower is gone. And they didn't even get the tier 2. No tier 2 for this Radiant team. Sand King channels his ultimate. It's going to get it off. The Night Stalker is going to go down at the very start of this fight. The Sand King, that's a dieback. The Terrorblade ulties the Chen. Chen almost dies, but doesn't quite. Puck blinks back in, gets the silence off. Jug gets off the healing ward, but the healing ward doesn't really do a lot. Queen screams in anger, is going to try and man up on the Witch Doctor, is just going to TP out, but no, the Yule Scepter comes out from the Queen. This Witch Doctor is not dead yet, taking up a lot of this Queen's time. The melee Rax is going to fall. This Puck is just playing with his food with this Queen of Pain on the backlines. Queen of Pain has Gem of Deceit along with the Shiva's Guard. They still have Aegis on Terrorblade, but 3 people are dead for both sides. Terrorblade's going to walk back up. He's going to mean to finish what he started, by golly. This Bane does not have any of his ultimate up. Queen. That melee barracks got denied. So just little things to make 753 feel good about themselves at this point. Queen getting ran at, silenced up. That silence lasts forever. Puck coils this Queen of Pain up, is a little late on the silence as the Queen of Pain comes down from the coil, but it doesn't matter because they get the 2 support pickoffs, and they're just going to move right into hitting this shrine. They don't have Puck coil, but they're not a very cooldown dependent team. I'm sure this Terrorblade can just sit here and smack these creeps to his heart's content. Witch Doctor on the other side of the map, grabbing those bounties, that double bounty. He's going to sit here and try to push out. Team DD has found DD. And Terrorblade building towards a butterfly. I think they might just let this Aegis time out. I don't know how much longer they have on it. Not very long.
Worthy tribute.
Just, I think a little under a minute. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they've got like 4 minutes on this. I'm absolutely wrong. Yeah, they've got like 4.5 minutes on this. Queen of Pain is up top. No one's dead for either side. Puck has coil back up. Maybe they were waiting for coil, but Queen of Pain is pretty difficult to kill with these right clicks, but I don't think this Terrorblade cares about heroes. Sand King channeling his ultimate. They're focusing the Terrorblade, who manages to get this ultimate off. This Queen of Pain's gonna die. She does have buyback. The Chen is dead as well. The Witch Doctor all comes out on the backline. This Sand King does not have blink. He burrows, but the Sand King's dead for another 45 seconds. There's no heal coming out from this Chen, and that's GG. GG well played comes out. And that's what I was saying at the 25-minute mark. I don't I don't understand what the point of the Chen was. So we're gonna take a look at this scoreboard. 20k hero damage coming out from the Queen, but I don't know. That either you have to push while this Terrorblade is weak, or you have to you have to understand. Oh, the Queen dropped all of her items. Maybe she dropped them. Maybe she denied them. I'm not quite sure which, but that's always an interesting move. Okay, a 300 CS for that Terrorblade that game. That's actually incredible. I am gonna switch you guys back over to this lovely loading screen and wait for this next lobby to be up. So I'll keep you guys updated on what's going on.